Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Sunita?
Great, great.
Okay, great, Sunita. So, would you like to tell me something about yourself?
Yes, my name, as you already know, Sunita Rawat. I hail from Uttarakhand and I am a mother to two wonderful kids. Other than that, I run a YouTube channel named Sunita's English Adventure, wherein I post conversational video with my co-learners. And my hobbies are to interact with people in English and to meet new people in my everyday life and to impart my knowledge, whatever I have gained over the years. So
Oh, wow.
that's about me in a nutshell.
Oh, great. That's really nice to know. So interesting, rather. And I'm Vidhi Dugal. I'm based in Delhi. I have 6 years of experience of teaching English. Apart from that, I'm also an IELTS and PTE trainer. So yeah, that's about me. So Sunita, like you already are running a channel about English, right? So what is it that you're looking for in this course?
I'm looking for upskilling my communication skills. Like I'm already running a channel that is for practicing my English with co-learners,
Okay,
and I'm at EnglishYaari to upskill my communication skill. I want to be at a little more advanced level than what I am at right now.
okay, all right, great. Okay, so talking about Uttarakhand, so would you like to describe your hometown? Like, how is it?
Mhm. I would say, it's picturesque and beautiful, and it looks like heaven.
Okay,
If somebody is living here, they can feel that they are living in a heaven because it is pollution free, and there is serenity and beautiful landscape near around, and lush green forest, everything that you want in your life. Solitary, no rush, no hustle bustle like cities, and you can get organic food, crops, and everything here. So overall, I would say a balanced life you can get here with physical and mental balance, I would say.
okay. So where exactly are you based in Uttarakhand?
I'm from Chamoli district.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
And where is it? So I know
Um,
about Rishikesh. I know,
mhm. It
some
is
part
near,
of it.
near to
Okay.
Rishikesh. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Oh, that's wonderful. Actually, Uttarakhand is actually a very beautiful place.
Hmm.
So I've been to Rishikesh, and it's really beautiful. So I've never been to this place that you're mentioning. However, yes,
Hmm.
Uttarakhand is really beautiful.
Although Rishikesh is very much explored and there is a lot of rush in Rishikesh in recent days,
Yes.
but our place is less explored and untouched. So
Okay.
if one could visit our place, they would be even more happy than visiting Rishikesh.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Uh-huh.
And what are your hobbies? So what do you like during your free time?
During my free time these days, I'm focusing on my English. So whenever I
Okay.
get some time, I try to watch something in English, like watch movies or try to read. Although I'm not into reading, but I try to
Okay.
read. I try to focus.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, actually, it helps a lot. If you start reading
mhm,
books, it actually helps a lot because see, you get to know and understand different sentence structures, different
mhm,
constructs, right? So that is also
mhm,
important
mhm,
because conversation spoken English is very different from the written English.
mhm,
So in
right.
written English, we have different expressions,
Mhm,
different sentence structures.
mhm,
It's altogether different, and vocabulary is also really different. So
mhm.
it's a good idea to read books.
Yes, the idea
Good.
was good. That's why I started, because
Okay.
I've been watching other YouTubers video. They were talking about reading, and they've improved a lot through reading. So I thought, why not to start with reading as well? So I've ordered 2 to 3 books, but I'm stuck
Okay.
at 2 to 3 pages only. I'm not able to move forward because I find it sort of boring. So that
Okay.
is why. But I'm trying to just move forward, be
Okay.
it
So which
boring.
books are
Yeah.
you reading these days?
I have a book called The Alchemist, and the other
Okay.
one is Power of Subconscious Mind. So I am reading
Okay.
both of them simultaneously. Like
Okay.
I pick on random basis any one book.
Okay. Okay. All right. But two
Mhm.
self-help books. Oh my God. And
Mhm.
both, non-fictional books. Have you tried
Mhm.
reading fiction? Fiction is interesting.
Alchemist is fictional.
Okay. I don't know about
It's
Alchemist. I know about Power of Subconscious Mind. I've read that.
mhm.
So, but that's yes. In fact, I really like that book.
Mhm.
I'm still reading it. I'm like almost more than half of it done. But I pretty enjoy that book. Don't know about The Alchemist.
Mhm.
It's fiction, right? So, what is
It
it based on?
I have not read it
Oh.
completely, but it was about a boy
Hmm.
and who is a shepherd and who just wandered around countries, and he met a girl and he fell in love with that girl. So the story was about that only. So I read
Okay.
this much, this much only. Hmm.
Okay, no worries. Yeah. Okay. So, tell me, like you're pretty good in English. Rather, I can see you're using pretty good vocabulary, and you're able to express your thoughts easily. The best part I like when you spoke about the city, right? Your
Hmm.
city, the way you structured your thoughts was extremely well. Started off with an introduction. There was a good flow of thoughts, and a conclusion to mark the conversation that it's coming to an end. So pretty good attempt at that. Okay. So talking about your routine. What do you do
Hmm.
every day? How does your
Hmm.
routine day look like?
As I told you, I am mother to two kids. So my routine is completely very hectic, I would say. I start my day with just heading to kitchen and prepare breakfast for my family, and then heading towards my kids to dress them up for school. And after sending them off to school, I just complete my pending house chores and everything. And then I take some classes, spoken
Okay.
English classes for beginners. So I take
Okay.
some classes, 1 hour class in a day. And after that, I again rush to kitchen to prepare lunch. And later on, my kids usually return back from school around 2:30. Then I feed them lunch, and then I make them sleep a little, take a nap. And then later in the evening, I enjoy some quality time with them. And again, I head to kitchen for dinner. And by winding up all my kitchen work, after that, I go to bed at around 8, 10:30. So
Okay.
that's my routine.
I know, actually, it's we actually
Hmm.
have a really busy day. But I'm
Hmm.
surprised, like you were saying, you don't have rush hour, but your routine is so packed, so jam packed, and then you say,
Sounds.
"Here we don't
Mm,
have those rush hours." such such jam
uh,
packed routine,
right.
because you're actually including a lot in your routine. So
Hmm.
managing your classes, taking these sessions, and
Hmm.
taking other classes as well. That's
Hmm.
quite a lot for a day.
It is, but then also, like, it sounds easy when we just narrate our day or narrate our daily routine. But in a day, there would be some unexpected things, uncertain things. Then you have to manage accordingly. And sometimes I take rest also whenever
Hmm.
whenever I feel like taking rest. So I take rest, and I just mold my days accordingly. So it's not restricted routines I have. Mm,
Okay, all right.
mhm.
And so, apart from reading, like you've kind of started developing an interest in reading. Anything else that you have in your hobbies?
Conversation is my hobby, that is I'm enjoying the most, because I'm able to learn a lot from conversation, and that
Okay,
too in context. Like we get to learn vocabularies in context, like whatever we
right.
are speaking about. So I think interaction are the best way through which I'm improving my English, and I don't get much time to immerse myself in other activities to learn
Mm-hmm.
English. So I think interactions is the best way, and it helps
Okay,
a lot in
o-
my scenario.
okay, all right. And any childhood hobbies that you still have?
Childhood hobbies. Um, I if I would say in my childhood too, I didn't have that much hobbies because we didn't used to get much time to
Mm-hmm.
pursue any hobby. We were fully packed with our studies, with our exams and everything. So we were not able to pursue any hobby during our childhood. So I would say I started working upon my hobbies after my marriage only. And before
Okay,
having my kids, I had another kind of hobbies like crochet, knitting. So I developed that hobby because I was having a lot of spare time. So I thought,
right.
why not to work upon something? Why not to be creative and do something on my own? So at random, I decide to do knitting and crochet
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just to be productive or just to make something for my own, because we have really chilly days here in hilly areas.
Yeah.
So that is why I worked upon that, and now I have left that and I started working upon my English skills, because I
Okay.
feel that I have that qualities in me where I can teach people, and I can just provide them value through teaching, and they can easily connect with me. So I thought, why not to upskill my communication skill and help other people as well. So that
Right.
is why I'm working upon this.
Okay, great,
Mhm.
great. Okay, so today we are going to talk about workplace wellness, right? So, what do you think? What do you understand about workplace wellness?
Mhm. Workplace wellness, I would say, whenever employees are working in a company, then it is very important to think about their well-being also. Like, they are not just employee, and they are not just there for work, for getting the work done, and for that they are getting salary as well. But it is very important to take care of their mental health as well. Okay, so employees' well-being means to take care of their well-being and to take care of their this mental health and their concerns and employee grievances and everything. So company has to take care of employees as a family, because mental health is really very crucial in today's world. Everyone is fully, their mind is totally cluttered and tangled with many thoughts around. And it could be regarding their family, regarding their friends, like out of their workplace. There are many thoughts that are running or rushing in their mind. So that is why they are not able to do well in their work. So for that, companies can introduce some good practices like meditation. They can introduce some sessions in company like meditation, yoga, or simply just counsel their employees if they are having any problem in their real life, maybe, so they can counsel them. So this is how they can take care of their mental health as well, and it will increase their productivity in
Hmm.
company, and their it will reduce their absenteeism, and their I would say it would help company to retain the employees in a better way, because
Right.
I've seen that many employees try to switch their jobs very quickly.
Hmm.
So
Yes,
that is a
especially
major
these
problem.
days.
That is a
Earlier
major
we
problem.
could see that people used to join a job and
Hmm.
would stay there till let's say till their retirement, right? Now
Right.
we hardly see that.
Now there are many companies out there, and even employees have many opportunities, and they're getting lucrative salary. So that
Yes,
is why they tend to switch to other companies.
yes.
But if
Maybe
you
just
want to
after a
retain
couple of
them,
years.
if
Yeah.
you want to retain them, we have to provide them something extra from their salary. So this
Yes.
is something we can provide them. We can provide help in their personal life, like for their personal life or for their mental health.
Yeah.
So this
But
is
do
how.
you think in general, people ignore their mental health?
Yes, if they are really very busy in their life, and if they
Hmm.
are totally after money, then they tend to ignore their mental health, because they feel like, we'll do it later, and let us just finish my work first, or let us just finish my responsibilities, duties first. So that is why they just ignore their mental health. But it is very important to take care of your mental health as well. Then only you'll be able to do well in your responsibilities and work.
Yeah. So, I think apart from ignoring,
Hmm.
because of our busy schedule, I also think that there is a lack of awareness as well. And
Hmm.
most of the time, I think people don't want to acknowledge it. That
Hmm.
is why they probably ignore it, right? What do you think?
Hmm. I would say mostly housemakers do this, that they ignore their mental health because they are
Hmm.
not aware of it. They just live in the house, and they don't know about outside world, what is happening.
Hmm.
Although the people who go outside and who work in companies, they are very aware, because company try to do these kind of sessions in their workplace and make people aware of it. But homemakers are not really aware about it, and they are also very careless of their
Hmm.
physical and mental health. They try
Hmm.
to take care of their family and everything, everyone around, but they ignore themselves or their mental health.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
do you think, like youngsters these days, they're working in corporate, they start working at a very early age, right?
Hmm.
And the corporates are really competitive out there. So do you
Hmm.
think the people who work work with MNCs and all, their
Hmm.
families actually try to help them in their mental health? Like they,
Mhm.
do you think they support them, or probably they
Mhm.
acknowledge the mental health issues that
Mhm.
people are going through?
Mhm. I think in case of freshers, those who are newly hired in any companies, they are kind of helpless because I had been also working in a company as HR, and I used to get a lot of grievances from freshers only, like majorly from freshers I used to get, and they were, confused and clueless, and just I would say they were apprehensive of their managers' attitude because managers feel like freshers are just the kind of laborers, and they used to get a lot, like as much as they can get from them. So they used to make them work for late hours and everything. So for freshers, it is they do work for late hours out of compulsion, and it
Hmm.
affects their mental health also because they don't have many options available at the
Yeah.
time they joined the company, right?
Hmm.
So that is why they face this. But after getting some experience in their profile, they try to balance their work and life. They try to
Hmm.
get some good option where they can balance work and
Hmm.
life. And as a fresher, they struggle a lot.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
so, what do you think? How can families help them? Because mostly, I think, mostly I've seen parents and families don't even acknowledge them. If
Hmm.
somebody is going through a mental health issue, maybe
Hmm.
parents of this generation presently, they
Hmm.
probably to some extent will try to understand. However,
Hmm.
the other family members, I don't see them giving support or
Hmm.
kind of understanding them or sympathizing with them. What do you think?
I think it differs from people to people because not everybody is that empathetic towards other,
Hmm.
and uh, and it is very important to open up yourself to the right person, in front
Hmm.
of the right person, and then only you can get some help. So it is a two-way communication.
Hmm.
If you are able to open up yourself in front of right person, then you can get some help. And if somebody is able to gauge from your face or from your behavior that you are not in a good situation, or you are not in a good mindset, then they can definitely help you if they are empathetic. So that's the case. It differ from people to people.
Sure. And do you believe in meditation?
I do believe in meditation, although I don't practice it, but yes, I
Hmm.
do believe because it helps your mind getting
Hmm.
calm. So yes, it is very important
Hmm.
to keep your mind calm to do any work in your life. Then only you'll be able to process thoughts, and if you are able to process thoughts, then only you'll be able to articulate your thoughts in a better way to others. But if you are already clueless, and if your mind is totally tangled with different kind of thoughts, and even you are not able to process, then how will you able how will you be able to express it to others? So it is very
Hmm.
important to calm your mind first.
Right, right. And what do you do actually to take care of your mental health? Anything actually that you're doing?
I would say I don't overthink, and I don't take any stress. So that is what I do. And if the situation is not in my hand, or if I cannot do anything about it, so I just let it go. I don't take stress on me.
Okay. Okay.
Or I just avoid the situation where there is some stress, or I'm going to get stress. So I just avoid those kind of situation.
Okay.
Mm.
Great. And what is your idea of depression?
Depression is a very common word these days, and
Yes.
almost everybody is going through this problem.
I
And
think often misused, probably.
mhm,
I think this the term depression itself is often misused these days.
misused.
Yes.
uh,
Even if
might be.
somebody is sad, instead of
Mhm,
conveying that I'm sad, they convey
mhm.
it as I'm depressed.
But
There's a
it's a very
difference.
heavy word.
Yes, it's a very heavy word. But
Uh-huh.
I think that's what I think. Because see, sometimes maybe we of course we go through ups and downs every day. Like every
Mhm,
day is can be challenging day. Sometimes what I think is sometimes we are sad, probably for some issue that can be
mhm,
dealt with, but we term it as okay, I'm depressed for this, right?
mhm,
No, I think it's
mhm,
it's, it's an easy way to convey those feelings. What do you
hmm.
think?
But the other person would think that you are totally into something, like you are very sad and very
Yes.
dejected, and you're not able to focus on other things if you'll say I'm depressed. So
Yes.
it is important to use the right word.
That's why I
for the
said that this
situation.
is misused term. This term is actually
Hmm.
misused.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes we ourselves are able to overcome those feelings. Maybe after a
Hmm.
couple of days, we know that all right, this is the phase, and we can pass through it.
Hmm.
But still, we tend to use that. Okay,
Hmm.
I've been depressed for this thing,
Hmm. But
and
if you'll
because
keep
of that,
on,
children also have started using this term very
hmm,
often.
but if you'll keep on saying this to yourself that I'm in depression, then you'll end up getting in depression.
Totally, yes, yes. Because those feelings start
Uh,
getting synchronized, right? So
hmm.
totally, totally, yeah.
Right.
So do you think mental health issues and probably mental health problems are often misused and misunderstood as well?
Um, I don't have clear idea about it, but it can be misunderstood in some situations.
Hmm.
Like it takes a lot of mindfulness and thoughtfulness to understand anybody's situation, like what kind of
Actually, mental
situation.
health is also not just about depression. Depression
Mm-hmm.
is just one thing that probably has become a very common term these days.
Mm-hmm.
In mental health, we come across a lot of things. So from that perspective, I was asking you that if you feel the same, that it is often misunderstood and misused these days. So do you think, or have you come across any such incidents?
No, I haven't come across any such incident. And I would say there is a lot of awareness about mental health these days on internet and
Hmm.
in our surroundings as well. But it can be misunderstood also. But I haven't come through any such
No.
situation, or I
Okay,
don't
I'll
have.
give you examples.
Hmm.
We also talked about mental health. Depression is just one aspect. Okay, let us keep that
Mm-hmm.
that mental healh issue aside. That's one issue.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, we also have ADHD. We also have learning disabilities. We also
Mm-hmm.
have Down syndrome and other problem, like so Down syndrome is there. Then there's another word. I'm just forgetting that term. Anyways, so a lot of things,
Autism.
and autism. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
autism is there. Learning disabilities are there,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes anger issues
Mm-hmm.
that also comes a part of mental health.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vast umbrella, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but depression now, because we have started understanding. So if we know that, okay, if somebody tells us that I'm going through depression, probably people start sympathizing. But
Mm-hmm.
let's say children from early age,
Mm-hmm.
right, when they start depicting some signs, do you think the families actually become aware towards it, or acknowledge it, or they try to
Mm-hmm.
take appropriate steps towards that?
Mm-hmm. These days, I would say parents are very paranoid about their children for for even a small thing. Like
Hmm.
if they are not eating, they'll just go to doctors and counselors,
Hmm.
and so for them, it is a very major thing if they are
Right.
facing any issues, maybe
Hmm.
anger or maybe health issues, or it can be eating issues, eating disorders. So they'll directly rush to doctors, so they are very aware about these things.
Hmm.
But there would be some homes, or there would be some cases where parents are not aware about it, so they tend to neglect all these kind of signs in their children, and they can certainly end up scolding them, or
Hmm.
just ignoring them.
Hmm.
So this can also happen in some houses.
Yes, it often
Mm.
happens actually. People easily start labeling the child in various
Mm.
terms, right? Even adults, because
Mhm.
especially men, I think, women still convey their feelings, but it is
Mhm.
men who have this habit of bottling up everything, because
Mhm.
right from the beginning they are taught not to cry, not to express their feelings, and they are the ones probably who, I think, who are more vulnerable. That's what
Mhm.
I think. That is why anger issues are there, or something
Mhm.
or the other, because they simply don't want to
Hmm.
express that, no.
Right.
And so do you think now that actually that ignoring, that neglecting part of
Mhm.
mental health, it is
Mhm.
more in men rather than women?
Hmm. I would say yes, because as you rightly said that men try to bottle up their emotions. So, but in today's world, it is a little different.
Hmm.
They are now trying to open up themselves in front
Hmm.
of their loved ones and dear ones. So the situation is kind of different now.
Hmm. Yeah, that because more
Mhm.
awareness is there, and I think it should
Mm.
be there, right?
Mm.
Because previously I used to see a lot that
Mhm.
no, right from the beginning, boys of the family are
Mhm.
told no, not you cannot cry, you cannot do this, right?
Mhm.
It's girlish thing to cry
Hmm.
or to express yourself, and
Right.
which later on I think posed a problem for them to
Hmm.
deal with different scenarios because you cannot be
Hmm.
strong and like that every time. So
Right.
yeah, and that is why I think it's good that these days, things like this, the topics like these have come up for discussions openly,
Mhm. Mhm.
talking about workplace wellness, and like you said, companies these days they are taking up certain actions for that,
Mhm.
right? Have you
Mhm.
ever seen? Do you know about any company which is actually actively, taking some steps towards taking care of the mental health of their employees?
Yes, I the company which I was working in,
Hmm.
so that was an IT company. So
Hmm.
they introduced this new policy in the company where they have allotted mentor to every
Hmm.
employee in the company. Like there were
Okay.
mentor and mentees, and
Hmm.
mentees can discuss their problem with any problem with the
Hmm.
mentor. Like
Hmm.
it can be related to their career or in their
Hmm.
personal life. So this is how they felt really comfortable, because there was a particular mentor assigned to them, and they can freely approach them, and they are welcomed to
Hmm.
discuss any of their problems. So this was the thing that I really liked about this
Hmm.
policy. And another thing, they used to do some sessions